welcome to the first episode of my general manager status as the Memphis Grizzly on the Middleman Media YouTube channel and all platforms. My name is Aaron Bullitt, and today it's been a long time coming. I've really been wanting to do this, and I've been fighting back and forth. My woman was like, you got to do it, baby. Just believe in yourself. And I'm like, I will. And I got to use this bachelor's degree in business administration, double major, and management to good use. So, one of my dreams as a kid, I've always loved sports, but the most important thing I've always loved about sports was really the business of it. Ooh, actually, I really like this song. Actually, sorry, I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna turn this song. I really like it, but this is the first time I've really just taken a chance to really look and see the business side of sports. I think that's the most important. It's very underutilized. I think that you just don't see the players on the field. You see, the management. You see ownership. But I decided I want to take that step and just really show what it really takes. So I officially am the general manager of the Memphis Grizzlies. Woo! So, and I'm really excited to take on this role. So I'm going to just walk through some things. Like I said, the biggest thing that I did differently in this game, and you'll see as we progress, I kind of changed the format of each team to where, it's a little bit different. So you're seeing, for example, let's go and see, rosters. So this is my roster right here with the Memphis Grizzlies. So you can see now it's a little different. Like I said, I I originally was like, well, there's no John Morant, so the best next available player is Derrick Rose. He's our Rose. We're really just trying to figure out, he's come back to Memphis, went here, and he, spoke to him directly. He said, he appreciated his time in Cleveland, but we felt like this was the best pick. We got Chris Bosh. Now, the biggest thing with this franchise is that due to with our budget, I really felt like, I spend a lot of times getting free agents because, besides Steve Adams and I think Tyreek Evans, were the only two players that are really active on rosters. I got Ken Fareed, David Lee. I got Terrence Jones, Michael Beasley, which is crazy because I have the number one and number overall two pick in a draft on the same team. Monte Ellis, so these guys aren't like bad guys. They're not terrible players. They were players at one point in their prime that were pretty well known. Like even Darren Williams, Tony Allen, that one was crazy because I was like, it's good to have a former Memphis Grizzly, and Aaron Afuelo. I forgot where Aaron Afuelo played at, but I still remember his name. So that's the roster. As you can see, as we go through, I just did key players. So for example, just to point like James Harden's with the 76ers, Antetokounmpo, Andre Drummond, and as we play along, we'll go through each roster and see what's different, how they're different. I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of the key players that will be mentioned, that will be seen. And again, like as we go along, definitely I'll kind of explain why I picked each player for certain teams. I'd say right now the biggest reason was just continuity. So these games have like an algorithm, so they know, okay, well, based off this roster, who should win. And like I kept playing through it several times, and in the West it was just either the Warriors or OKC. In the East it was the Celtics or the Cavaliers, and I was like, well, I don't want that. I want something unpredictable. And again, as I gameplay, tell me what you think about that. Do you think that was cool, like that I switched it up, or you were like, nah, I want to kind of see how to play in real time? As you can see on this, you'll go through different stages of health and operation as far as like, I forgot, I got to do this 29 times, but yeah, it's just each team's different. And the crazy thing is in this game, you're going to see that a lot of the all-stars are technically in the West, and it's a lot of newer guys younger players in the East. So I feel like the East is a little bit more open versus the West, which I felt like our management, I wanted to take on that challenge of producing a good team in the West. For example, we have LeBron James, all the Warriors. Have the Clippers, who have Kevin Durant. Not they don't have Kevin Durant. The Clippers have, they have Kawhi Leonard. So it's interesting just to see how that plays out. Now let's go to the fun part, which is general manager. So, we looked at the roster. Actually, I want to go through certain things like team needs, role players, what they mean to the team, contract extensions, guys that want to stay on our roster. I'm not too worried about this right now because I'd rather win some games. You can bid on them. Free agents, which I got most of free agents I wanted. So my first act as general manager is to look at some trades. I want to establish with the Grizzlies that we're setting ourselves up for the future. We're not just in this for the now, we're in for the long run. So you can propose a trade, you can find a certain player. I like doing trade finder. I think it takes more of the it takes more fun because you're actually able to really work with what the game gives you, and it gives you a scope. So the first person I was thinking about getting rid of to get some capital is Tony Allen. Hey, I know some people are going to be like, he's an original OG Grizzly, but with his, I just think with Darren Williams coming in and Monte Ellis, I feel like we're really good. So what you see is these are just like these are offers that each team actually proposes, which I like that. I think it makes the trade process way easier. You're not necessarily overselling or underselling. You're just kind of getting more of a market value for the player. So I'll go through each bid. So this is the first bid, 76ers, Bucks. Now off rip, the Bulls seem interesting, but I don't know if I want to give up a 2019 pick next year. Cavaliers, J.R. Smith, maybe. The Celtics, I do like that second round pick. I don't know who their player is. Abdel Nadir. I'm being honest, I don't want to trade for a player that I don't know. I'm looking mostly for draft picks, and if the player's right. So the Hawks are willing to give, again, they want a first round for a first round. Miles Plumlee, I don't think that's fair. Heat's offer isn't good. Not too sold on these picks so far. A lot of teams want our pick next year. If Joakim Noah was older, the younger Joakim Noah, I might, but still, heck no, I'm not giving a first round draft pick for Malik Beasley. Some of these picks they're not great. I'm just trying to find the best value without giving up too much. So far, I might have to look at this for these picks a second time because right now they're not hitting. All right, let's go through again. Okay. The Bulls trade, I just don't want to give up a pick for next year. That's like taking away leverage. Thinking about the Celtics right now. So far, I think the Celtics pick will be the best option. Yeah, they're not giving me too much. I'm kind of disappointed. I felt like I could have got someone else, but I think after just a quick consideration, I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Celtics pick just because, again, the Bulls pick is interesting. I just don't want to give up a first round pick. So Celtics, yes. I'm going to take the Celtics, accept this offer. They're already really good. Just made them a little bit better, which makes the East a little bit more interesting. All right, so we just traded away. I'm thinking about Fareed. Possibly, let's see, I like having a bunch of options. I'm definitely going to get rid of him, so I'm going to put him on as a sweetener, maybe to sweeten the pot. Terrence Jones versus I'm gonna do Terrence Jones. Let's see what we can get from our previous pick from the Celtics and our man Terrence Jones. I would say I like Fareed. Let's see. All right, for these two picks, let's look at them more. Let's look at them. So right now, nothing. Uh, Celtics maybe again, but I think I'd just be making the Celtics really, really good. Maybe the Clippers. I think the Clippers might not be a bad pick. The Clippers so far. I definitely take that first round draft pick. Maybe. I don't think the Hornets is too bad. I'm getting a first round pick, and then I'm getting a pretty solid player. Ronnie Hood. They really want to get rid of George Hill. They really do, but I'm like, I'm not willing to give up a second round pick. I would like him. He'd be a great addition at point guard, but he's 31 and he has a salary of $57 million. That's a lot for 3 years for that much of a player. Now I do kind of like this one. I do like Markieff Morris from the Knicks. I do like that. I think that'd be good. Possible trade. I don't know. This Dallas pick looks pretty solid. Dallas. So far in my head, I'm just saying Dallas. Possibly the Pacers. Maybe the Pelicans, because I would definitely say the Pelicans. I do like the Pelicans pick. Let's see what other. DeJounte Murray. How young he is. He's only 21. Timberwolves. Okay. Kyle Kuzma. I'm trying to go back to see which. So it was between the Pelicans pick or the Pistons. I would go Pelicans just because, I don't think they're going to do too good with this roster. So I'm going to go with Pelicans. All right, let's take the Pelicans offer. All right, so we have successfully created 2 trades. So let's go ahead and look at our roster. Let's see if we can look and see if we can get picks. This is our roster. So, all right, so now we're looking at our picks. So in this coming draft, in the next 2 drafts, we have 2 seconds. So our second, the Celtics second. Then next year we have our pick. We have 2 second-round picks with the Pelicans. So, and I feel like, okay, we stacked. We've got ourselves something, to play off of. So, and the draft, I think there's a really good players. I think it's a small forward that I really like. I can't think of his name. I think it was Coleman. I can't go back and look at it now, but he's someone that I would love to trade, because if I find a good player, especially in this upcoming draft, I would like to have some capital to move up. Plus, I see that as a positive, as having more ammo. Now, let's go to scouting. I think, yes. So prospect scouting. That's what I was saying. So this guy right here. This was the guy I was talking about. Right here. Ronnie Coleman. Ray Coleman. It's not Ronnie Coleman. A signed scout. I can't sign a scout. A scout's already been signed. Hire scout. I gotta hire a scout. I would like another scout. Let's see. Level A potential. Let's hire him. Let's hire this guy for 6 years. He accepted the offer, so we have a new scout now. So he's been assigned a scout. So we want to look at him. I mean, he's 6'6", 213, and he's 19. He's young. So I feel like that's really good. I feel like, we have a young player that's wants to be great. And this guy's a B+, C+. Let's go get this guy too. We don't have any. We could use. I might hire one more scout. Uh, yeah, I'll hire another scout for six because I feel like the more scouts we have, the more we'll be able to. It's a little on the budget, as far as expenses, but I want to have as many scouts as possible. Look at as many players as possible. Tyreek Evans, perfect. Look at this, perfect. He already kind of plays like a player we have as Tyreek Evans, so I think he would be a perfect addition to this team. Again, I really want to talk to, I want to, get to know this scout, and I really want to talk to, his family, where he's from, and, talking to management. I say, he's a guy that, I feel we can plug in automatically and do well. Here's some of his grades, his IQ. He's really athletic. But his potential is questionable. But inside, outside, perimeter defense, his IQ's a C, which I think with proper coaching, I think will be fine. All right, let's look at the other prospect board. So they have him going number 1. See, they had Delk, one other guy we were looking at. He was going number 2, but they have him going number 1, and I don't see any reason not to take him number 1. All right, so scouting status. 3 scouts. I like to have 3 scouts per prospect, just so we can get the most out of it if we're willing to trade up. So these are the prospects that we're looking at for the next 7 days. Hopefully, we'll take this opportunity to really see, which player we're going to be looking forward to. And we'll do this all season. We'll, check in on them. We'll really just dive deep into see who's going to be a great fit for the Memphis Grizzlies. Now let's look at our staff. All right, David Fizdale is our head coach. What I like about him is defense and teaching. I feel like, offense is something that you can create offense, but, defense is more about hustle and being able to take what you can get. And I love teaching. That's the biggest thing I like about him as a coach. I think he's a great teacher. I think that's something that there are a lot of coaches, but not a lot of good teachers. And he's a guy that I definitely, a general manager, I don't want to get rid of. They're already giving me the option to replace him. I'm not going to replace the brother just yet. Same thing with our assistant coach, Keith Smart. I think that, again, more of a defensive coach, but teaching. I think that's something you can't really trade. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a extension contract. 3 years. I want to give him 5 years. I want to give him the same amount of time, around the same amount of time as our coach. Just give so they can have that rapport. Our NBA scout, I think we can maybe do a little bit better. So let's look for a replacement. I just think C's aren't acceptable. I think it's gonna be a lot of money. That's the biggest thing with this is potential is accuracy within 3% of actual value. So I think that just mostly means that the potential means only so much. So you're only getting a certain percentage. I feel like paying, for the right people is the right move. I'll give them a 3 years. Your offer is acceptable. Might have to be released. Current NBA scout. This, if you offer this, yes, we'll have to fire him, which I'm totally okay with. We can fire him, good. So now again, taking the time to really build our team. So let's look at our scout. Let's see Will Madison. Again, he was here before. Our staff total. I mean, we're a little over budget with staff. I'm not gonna lie. I think we have $1 million in the bank. Let's look for a replacement. I think you can't pass up an opportunity to get someone good. So I think we'll sign him for a year. All right. So now we have $900K left. So we spent a good amount of our budget. We have $900K left to spend on our total staff. I think that's smart. These scouts are important. 3 years. I think we have guys for the long run. So let's look at our trainer. Let's look for a replacement trainer. Okay, let's see what we can get. We only have 900K, so we're gonna be very picky. So I like this right here. I like Neil Ogman. We're gonna sign him for a 2-year contract. All right, so now we got him at a cheap price. Now we're at 100K. So if we want to give someone an opportunity, you know, to make some more money and just try things out, I think that's the smartest thing to go about it. So our finances. Now let's go to the finances. This is the key part of why I wanted to do this, is to look at our money, where the money's going, how we can stretch it, and just our overall finances. Okay, so this is projecting for the next 5 years. Our team salary is 47.73 million. Salary cap is 94.14 million. Our tax level, which is, damn, we got a high tax, 113 million. Hard cap is 125. Our cap room is 46.14, and our higher cap room is 77.27. So what really this just means is what we're able to spend versus what we're trying to spend. So our actual salary, you know, we have overall is 47 million. The salary cap is how much we have to spend is 94. Now, the taxes are important only because that's just like everything you do is accumulated as far as making sure if you release players or contracts, you get taxed for that. Our hard cap is still more about, just like I said, just what we're willing to have to offer. The ceiling, the actual ceiling we have as a team. And our budget, so our budget was 10 million. We spent $9 million, and we only have 100K. So I was just like, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and spend the money now, invest, and then as we get better, we'll make more money. And scary money don't make money. So we gonna do this. So this is for next season, going on to next season, which goes on to next season, which goes on to next season. So next 5 years, I think the investment we made now is good. These are just our projections as far as like what that will look like in the next 5 years. I'm hoping the biggest thing is I'm learning, and again, as I go along in the game, I'm gonna kind of refresh certain things. I'm gonna maybe, you know, revisit certain subjects. I'm just kind of giving you guys a base of what looking at and trying to figure out as far as how to make moves with this team. But I'm a huge person on budgeting. Just what I mean by budgeting is making sure like we can accurately afford to have this team. Okay, so right now it seems like, hey, we spend a lot of money, but you know it's making that initial investment in this first season. Player contracts. So these are the player contracts for our team. Rose, you know, he was very gracious in saying he was going to take a pay cut to really accommodate the team. I feel like Fareed, and just thinking in the future, Fareed is going to take a lot of money away with this $13 million contract. I'm thinking maybe that's a lot of money. Steve Adams, I'm willing to invest in, but you know, even with you know, Steven Adams is okay. I'll make that investment, but I'm really looking at Kenneth Fareed. I might actually go back and let's see if we can get some type of trade, maybe some type of something. You know, I'd rather just look. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a key backup, key backup, one of our best players that we'll look to depend on. This is what I like about it. It's just there's so many options and so many opportunities. Okay, so I'm just looking. I'm not saying that I'm gonna pull the trigger just yet. Okay, Cleveland, maybe that'd be okay. I think Cleveland would be, so far, that'd be the best decision because they're a young team. I think he'd be a backup because Marcus Saul's there. Maybe. I wouldn't mind Atlanta. Atlanta wouldn't be a bad option. I don't feel confident about giving up Derek Favors. I would like a draft pick. They really want to give me George Hill. The Knicks and Joakim Noah again. additional draft picks. The Celtics. That wasn't bad because I was getting more players, but the Mavericks don't seem too bad. Hell no. I'm not getting Avery Bradley for a first round draft pick. I'm just not doing that. Pacers, well, I might do the Pacers. I think the Pacers wouldn't be a too bad of idea. You know, we could maybe pick up somebody in the free agency game. I think we could pick up someone in the free agency possibly. With the Pacers, we can use another first round draft pick. Let's see. That was pretty much it. We got a couple more. Serge Ibaka, power forward. They'll give us a second round draft pick for him. That doesn't sound too terrible. But also, too, he's an 80 overall player. So we'd be possibly going down. I don't know. Blazers. The Trailblazers wouldn't be bad either. I'm thinking about the Trailblazers. I think I could just make, but that salary's a lot of money. The Wizards wouldn't be too bad. I don't know. What should I do? I would like to have maybe one more pick. But also I have to think, he's an 80 overall backup, I'd be giving up a good player for him. I'd be giving up something really good. Well, let me know if you like the music in the background. I don't know. I felt like they just want to hear me talk the whole time, or should I just let them just play and go along with it? I don't know. I'm thinking right now, maybe keep Kenneth Faried. Keep him. You know, I need a really good, solid backups. I don't think anybody. I would just be playing for potential right now. I'd be playing to potentially get someone instead of having a really solid backup. So I'm gonna keep him because let's look at our roster. So okay, shooting guard, really good. Small forward. Oh, well, I forgot I have. Let's see what we can get from this person. Let's see what we can get for him. I forgot we had him on our roster. It was from the previous trade. All right, so let's go look at all 29 picks. Look at Rubio. No, they want more. Everyone wants our first round picks, and I'm not doing that. I think that's bullshit. Like, okay. Cephalosha, second round back pick now. George Hill. Again, they really want that. They really want to get rid of George Hill with the Kings. Let's see. I'm looking for more picks for a singular player. These salaries be high. Okay, $10 million. Let's see. Pelicans, not a bad option. The Rockets, not bad. I could take the Spurs, because in reality, I'm helping the Spurs out. And then also, too, salary-wise, it's cheaper. So right now, let's do San Antonio. So right now, I would say San Antonio. That would be the best option as far as getting the best for our player and also saving a buck, not really taking on anything. Just release the other player. Let's see. Let's do one more quick analysis. Let's see. It's between the Spurs. I'll do the Spurs. There you go. Got this offer. Now I have multiple second round and first round picks. All right. So now let's go to our roster. Let's go to our roster and make that cut. Let's see, who was it? It was, sorry, Mr. Burtons. We have to let you go. Thank you for your time and your service. Oh, you have to have him. Fudge. Well, then never mind. I'm gonna see if I can trade this guy. I'm actually just keep trading right now until I feel like I can find someone. Shoot. Let's see. Free agents. I know, like, you see me all over the place, but no, I'm really just trying to see if I can find something else a little bit more like creative. All right, so who was it again? It was Burton's. Let's see if I will trade for him. Oh, you know, I could actually take one of these actual picks. So I'm gonna do him, and then let's do this Celtics second round pick. And let's see what we can get. Because I might be able to trade. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. I like to compound players. For it. If I'm gonna have to have an additional player, then I have to rethink. I have to rethink that previous trade. The Lakers won a lot for him. Heck no. No. All these trades are awful. All these trades are awful. They want me to have overpriced for everyone. So I guess I'll keep Britton's, but he'll just sit on the bench, which is fine with me. All right, now let's go. Since we did that, let's go to coaching. All right, so coaching, this is just how we're going to have to establish rotations and such with the team. So I'm already going to go ahead and put, let's see, Monte Ellis as a starter. I'm going to take his minutes away. Again, after this, I promise this will be a lot smoother because we'll just kind of roll through the game. But right now I'm just kind of taking this time to adjust. It's 28 minutes. It's too many. I want to have everybody at least get 30 minutes. David Lee, Fareed, 7. Let's give. I don't really need Britton's to play too much. So I got 4 minutes. I'm going to just spread this out to where, all right, I'm not looking, he's just a guy that's going to fill the bench right now. So this is the rotation. We have Derrick Rose as a starter, Monte Ellis, Tyreek Evans, Chris Bosh, and Steve Adams at center. We're going to have David Lee, the center, as our 6th man. Then with our second team would be Lee, Fareed, Beasley, Williams, and Afella, with Lawson being one of our last rotation players, which we feel really good about. All right, so let's go through this coach settings. There's live practices, weekly practices, developmental drills. I don't really do those. I kind of just play. Our playing style is going to be mostly the run and gun offense from the Los Angeles Lakers, because that's just simple and easy, and honestly, you know, it's not too much work, which we will do a quick live practice to kind of run through it. Now let's look at our calendar. So this is our season, 2017 season. Our opener is with the New Orleans Pelicans. Earlier this week, I already feel confident about this Warriors test. This is going to be a really, 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 really good test. We have Dallas back-to-back. Now, something I really can look at the schedule, I'm excited for our first road trip to LA to play the Clippers, the Lakers. Again, I'm not going to just look at the power rankings too much. I will note that I do like that our chemistry is at 82 right now, because I feel like talking with our coach Fizdale and, you know, our owner, just, you know, we want guys to know that, like, a lot of you guys came for free agency, so we're all trying to make it. We're all trying to get somewhere, which you know, makes us a lot easier for us as a team. As we go through our schedule, maybe I think we can win. I think we can win our division. Right now, we're going to go look at the standings as well, but I think our schedule looks pretty solid. I just say the hardest part is knowing that we're in the West, so every game is going to matter. All right, so NBA.com. This is, again, right now, league history, statistics, headliners, home pages, standings. We can go ahead and let's look at the standings. from our division. We're projected to finish 4th in the division, which I think this is just based off what we haven't played. I feel pretty good. I think we could definitely win our division. I feel like it's winnable. This is the Northwest division. I feel like this one's gonna be a good division with the Nuggets, Timberwolves. This is the division to look at. This is in the West where it's stacked, the Pacific Division. I mean, you got Kevin Durant, Seth Curry, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron, and De'Aaron Fox all in one. It's going to be rough. Now, in the East, I feel like the East is going to be open. You know, you have some really good players in this division. You know, the Celtics, Knicks are really good. For the 79ers, now, I will say about the 76ers, I'm not going to lie to you, they are going to be good because they have James Harden, and he's unanimously usually the MVP. So that's going to be really fun to look at. Central Division, I think this is going to be a wide open division. Bulls, maybe. I say with Donovan Mitchell, the Cavaliers, the Bucks. And then this division is going to be wide open. I'd say if I had to pick, I'd say the Heat definitely, maybe the Hawks. Again, this is why this is interesting because you're really able to really see things. So if the playoffs were starting today, this is our roster. So I think it's 8 teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think we're not in the playoff picture. We're not. So where we are. Let's see, let's count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. There is no playoff, but if it were a playoff, we'd be probably in the not playoff, a play-in. If there were a play-in, you know, we'd have to definitely do a play-in. So I think just based off this, I think we'll be okay. I think we can make our way up, at least in the top 5. You know, top 1, 2. Top 7. I think we can be on this front page right here. I think we can do this. As far as the East, the Cavaliers, but this is, again, all based off of the previous, you know, and some of these games have already been played, so teams already lost. There's some, I feel pretty confident. Let's see. Let's go to the home page and go to the, so what I like about this is you can actually go and look at statistics on your teams. So Alan, so all that we've done this whole day is just make trades. You know, 3 trades. You know, right now our power ranking, we're 4th. We're tied for 2nd in our division, 6th in the conference overall. 88. I do like our chemistry. We have a really solid chemistry. Really, one of the higher. If you look at the chemistry, there's not a lot of teams with really good chemistry. You know, right now we have 82. The Hawks are 86. Yeah, so I feel confident that we have a really good. We have a really good chemistry. I think that's all just from a common ground and knowing that each player has something they can offer to the team, and this is just. DeMarcus Cousins is out. Okay, so that's tragic. So all right, let's look at the Memphis Grizzlies. So these are the points. These are, I guess, people who they're expecting to be high in points, but, you know, that'll work itself out. All right, and that is it, guys. That is our first episode. Again, if it seems a little choppy or, you know, I'm stuttering over my words, this is my first ever stream. Our first opportunity as a team to, you know, look at ourselves, give ourselves an evaluation. I expect good things from the Grizzlies. I think that the Grizzlies are going to be great. I think it's going to be a hell of a season. My only concern going into this is health, and if people are satisfied and content, you know, it seems like everybody is content and satisfied being on the team. Out of contentness, I would like everyone to be satisfied, but I understand that everyone is, you know, just going to fill each other out. And I hope that, you know, we can at least make it to the playoffs, but, you know, and I'm going to put these videos out as much as I can. Maybe doing a video a day, every other day, but, you know, next week, I actually want to implement maybe adding more highlights and doing some animations. But for now, just for now, I want to do this gameplay in our next video. I meant to say is going to be our first game. Our first game is going to be against the New Orleans Pelicans, which we're real excited about. And again, subscribe to our channel. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see y'all next time.